Guys, as much as I don't want to make an MMTLP video, I just want to remind you that a lot of the assumptions and a lot of things we talk about in the previous months about metamaterial and MMATLP still stands. This means that, I predicted that MMAT is going to be lower than $1. Right now, it's the little pump going on because a lot of people are thinking that the Fed's going to relax its monetary policy, which will in turn drive a little bit more money into the stock market. But in reality, if you go look at all of the job reports, consumer pricing index, CPI, if you look at, what everybody are doing, especially retail, stores are doing in terms of their retail sales, the frequency of when customers comes back, and then the frequency of returning customers, especially customers that purchased for more than one buy. All of the data are going down, which means the consumption right now is slowing. So when consumption is slowing, that means increasing interest rate, which means the monetary policy provided by the federal government, or the Fed in this case, is working. However, OPEC is not helping by increasing oil price, right? By lowering or slow down their production, or basically just lowering their total production for the coming months, which induce another spike in oil. However, if you look at historically speaking, higher oil price is not going to stay longer than a certain period of time. And we already reached that peak around June or May or June, when people are hyping up and saying, oil is going to go to 150, which is impossible. Well, not impossible, we never say never, but the probability of that happening is on the lower tails, right? So the same thing is with MMATLP. Another thing that you have to understand is, even if you buy into the MMATLP dividend share or dividend holder, or basically it's a option to buy into this pink sheet stock that will grant you dividend. And then people are thinking that the price tag for MMTLP represents the total dividend payout. It kind of is, it kind of isn't. So if George and MMAT decided to take MMATLP, which is oil coal, which is NextBridge, in this case, private, that means you're not going to get the payout right away. It doesn't work that way on pink sheet. At the same time, if they decide to keep going public and it's on pink sheet, then your payout is determined on the price tag of MMTLP. So how does the MMTLP's option flow or pricing flow actually affect the stock price? Historically speaking, if you go look at all of the pink sheet stocks, when will pink sheet stock have dramatic volatility to the upside is when either the market is overreacting to certain news, or when the market thought that something will happen, and then this priceless or useless, not really priceless, or in this case, it's a company that does not have real value, somehow grab onto a trend where people think that, oh my God, all of a sudden your asset, your cash burning rate is a couple million a month, and then your entire cash flow is only going to last you a year and a half. And then all of a sudden there's great news that, we found oil. But in reality, the torch reserve, or whatever reserve you call it, they can never prove that there's an actual reserve. There are conversations about, bigger companies that want to buy them, but when bigger companies show up in their land, they realize that, hey, the way that they're drilling, and then the way how they're analyzing their land, and if you go and look at all of the renowned geologists, except for they paid one really, really well. I'm not saying that person doesn't have the expertise. And again, we're not oil experts or geologists. We're not financial advisors. We do not give financial advice, right? However, if you go dig deeper on all of the available public information, you will realize that other geologists show up and they realize that, hey, this is what exactly, it's an old method. It's not going to give you enough oil reserve or proven oil reserve to actually make a profit out of it. And if you actually do the calculation of math, you need to invest at least $50 million into this project to even make it remotely profitable, if the oil is quote unquote proven. But in reality, they cannot even prove that the oil is proven. And where did I get my information? If you join my Discord, you see that Bronco, which is a renowned oil expert that been working in this area for, I think, more than 15 years, maybe 20. I got a lot of old people there, and they have a lot of knowledge. And another thing you have to understand is, when pink sheet pumped, there's gonna be volume. And just go back on my words, look at chat or Patreon chat or whatever, and go look at it. Whenever it increased by 30% or more, the volume from previous day is exactly or less than 50% of the volume of today. Let's just say today MMTLP is trading at $1, and tomorrow it becomes $2, and the day after it becomes $4. Then you will see that the volume on the first day, let's just say, is 100K. The second day will be more than 200K, and the third day will be more than 400K. So using that logic, if you analyze the stock price right now, you'll realize that the stock price will not sustain over $6.5. It just doesn't. Why? Because it requires more than 6 million, 2 times 6 million flow. That means more than 12 million flow in order to make this, pump this stock up to about, over $6.5. And it's just not happening. No institutional investor is going to do it. There's not enough retail money to do it right now. I don't know what you guys are doing with your tax refund and all of the incentive payment that California is handing out. A lot of you are not in California. Let's just say you're in other state, you don't have those stimulus checks. Then I don't know where you are spending your tax returns and all of that. Probably in your bills, and maybe buy your kids some nice gift for Christmas and all those kind of stuff. Retail investors are running out of money. So when you're running out of money, that means there's not going to be enough volume to push up pink sheet stock. So, if I were you, or if I still have my MMTLP, dividend holder or whatever, I would sell it at the price that I think is more than expected. A lot of you are saying, I'm going to hold it, like you guys are going to hold it into second or third digit. It's just never going to happen. I'm the person who's going to shatter your hope and say, hey, if you really take me seriously, or take my actual academic and industrial or industry due diligence at deep value, or even at face value, you will realize that, hey, high price, it's not gonna sustain. It's gonna go back down to $2 and go back down to $1 and go back down to whatever that is. Or maybe a lot of you not gonna even get a payout if it actually went public. Not went public, went private, because if you look at the private agreement, which we still haven't found an official document that actually highlighted its privatization clauses. And usually you just won't get any payout. But again, do whatever you want, hold it until 3 digit, and share your success stories down below. If Meta eventually makes you a millionaire, good for you, man. There's much better ways to make money, take less risk than this, and just more sustainable that way. Anyways, have a great day, and hopefully this video helps you, and hopefully you guys won't be backholding at my next video. Have a great day, and see you guys on the upside.